Have you ever wondered what makes a truly strong person? Is it just muscle, supreme power, or superior intelligence? If your answer stops at those things, then you are only seeing the tip of the iceberg. The real strength lies deep inside the mind. In life, strong people are not just those who stand at the top, but those who dare to face themselves, dare to challenge their limits, dare to see through the painful things and turn them into strength to move forward. They do not run away from adversity, are not afraid of the naked truth of human nature, but their thinking, a constantly critical, creative, and courageous thinking, has made the difference between winners and losers. If you only hear my advice once, you should watch it to the end. Listen to it over and over again. When you are free or doing housework, share and save the playlist for your convenience. I am sure that within a few short months, your intelligence will grow to a new level. This call is not only a reminder, but also a commitment to yourself, a promise that, if you persevere and practice, you will gradually realize the laws that govern life, thereby mastering yourself and reaching success. This article will take you through the journey of the thinking secrets that have made truly strong people. We will go through 5 chapters together. Chapter 1: Awakening the Mind. The first step to mastering life. Learn how to realize that strength does not come from external things, but from the ability to control your own thoughts, emotions, and actions. Chapter 2: Turn pain into strength. The secret to facing reality. Discover how to turn pain and failure into motivation to grow and mature. Because only when facing pain can you find true strength. Chapter 3: Overcoming limits. Critical thinking to remove social barriers. Learn how to escape the cycle of social expectations and pressures, to freely live according to your core values, without being controlled by external prejudices. Chapter 4: Inner Strength. The Art of Mastering Adversity. When life never goes as you want, learn how to turn adversity into a springboard to move forward by controlling your mind and transforming every difficulty into an opportunity. Chapter 5: Journey to Unparalleled Success. Awaken your true self and master your destiny. Discover your true self. Let go of false stereotypes and connect with your inner energy to achieve freedom and sustainable success. Let's start this journey where every word, every idea will be a step forward on the path to becoming a truly strong person, someone who knows how to master his life. Chapter 1: Awaken your mind. The first step to mastering your life. Realize that true strength lies within. Have you ever wondered why in difficult times, when everything seems to be falling apart, only some people maintain their calm and inner strength? Their secret lies not in external things like money, fame, or status, but in the ability to master their own thoughts and emotions. Awakening the mind is the first step to mastering life. When you realize that all suffering, failure, or sadness are not permanent factors but only temporary, you can find a way to overcome them. Truly strong people know that you can't control what happens to you, but you can control how you react to it. From external dependence to self-mastery. Most of us grow up in a society where we are taught to pursue validation from others, grades, achievements, praise, and even social approval. But this only makes us weak, because your true worth is not in what others think of you, but in how you see yourself. Start by asking yourself the core questions. What do I want from life? What are my core values? Am I living by my own values, or just chasing the approval of others? These questions are not easy, but only when you dare to face the naked truth about yourself. Can you step out of the safety cage that society weaves? Simple formula for mastering yourself. The first step to mastering your life is to realize the difference between things you can control and things you cannot control. Things you can control: your thoughts and feelings, your actions and reactions, how you solve problems and learn from failures. Things you cannot control: other people's opinions and actions, external events, weather, environment, and destiny. When you focus on what you have in your control, instead of worrying about what is out of your reach, you will find a hidden inner strength. Real stories of mind awakening. Take examples from the great figures of history. Marcus Aurelius, a great Roman emperor, faced war, plague, and betrayal, but he always kept his spirit because he knew that his thoughts determined everything. Like Zeno, the rich merchant lost everything in just one night, but instead of giving up, he saw the profound lesson hidden in that failure and turned it into motivation to build a philosophy of life that will last forever. Journey of self-discovery, challenging the naked truth. We often hide ourselves behind safe shells, fear, failure, and unfulfilled dreams. But to become truly strong, you must have the courage to face that truth. Ask yourself, why am I afraid of failure? What really worries me about not meeting other people's expectations? What can I learn from my failures? Only when you answer these questions can you step beyond the boundaries of fear and begin the journey of true self-mastery. To awaken your mind, to translate philosophy into action, practice the following exercises every day. Mind journaling. Every night, write down your thoughts, feelings, and moments when you feel yourself reacting emotionally or rationally. From there, you gradually identify and adjust your reactions. Early morning meditation. Spend 10 minutes each morning sitting quietly, observing your thoughts, and asking yourself, what will I control about myself today? This helps you start the day with a clear and determined mind. Challenge yourself with small things. Try doing things you fear, like speaking up in a meeting, taking a small risk at work, or even turning down unnecessary compliments. Over time, these small challenges will build your inner strength and confidence. Start your journey to master your life today. If you have ever felt stuck, pressured by society's expectations, then this is the time for you to wake up. Remember, true power does not come from what you own, but from how you control yourself. Only when you dare to face yourself can you become the writer of your own life story. Save these words, review them over and over again, and begin your journey of self-discovery to become truly strong. Chapter 2. Turn pain into strength. The secret to facing reality. Pain, an unpleasant but priceless teacher. Perhaps you have thought that pain is just something to avoid, but in fact, pain is a harsh but extremely valuable teacher. Every time you experience failure, loss, or suffering, it is not only a time when you are weak, but also an opportunity for you to learn and grow. Pain, when it touches the soul, will leave its mark, but through it, you will discover your ability to overcome your limits. There is no victory without going through stumbles. Pain is a necessary baggage on the road to success. The truth in pain, distinguishing between fake pain and real pain. In life, pain is not always a sign of failure. There are moments when pain is just a fleeting emotion due to temporary mistakes. But sometimes it is a signal that you are overcoming old limits and moving towards a new path. Learn to distinguish fake pain, short-term emotions, due to small losses, due to insignificant failures. Real pain, deep emotions due to great losses, due to failures through which you realize the value of life. When you know how to identify real pain and fake pain, you will no longer be afraid, but instead, use them as a source of motivation to move forward. The formula for transforming pain into inner strength. To turn pain into strength, you need to practice 3 important steps: acceptance and analyze. When pain appears, don't avoid or deny it. Stop, listen, and ask yourself, where does this pain come from? What happened to make me feel this way? What can I learn from this experience? Accepting pain is not weakness, but the first step to freeing yourself from the cycle of helplessness. Convert pain into motivation. Once you understand the source of your pain, turn it into motivation. Think about the lessons you learned and how you can improve yourself from it. See failure as a stepping stone to success. Turn pain into fuel that motivates you to strive and never give up. Act with new confidence. Once you have learned the lessons from your pain, set new goals. Map out a path forward and take action. Write down the goals you want to achieve. Identify specific steps to achieve those goals. Commit to yourself that no matter how many obstacles there are, you will not give up. Practical exercises to turn pain into strength. To turn pain into inner strength, practice the following exercises every day. Pain journal. Every time you go through a painful experience, write down your feelings, the cause of the pain, and the lessons you learned. Over time, you will realize that each pain is a building block for your growth. Worst case scenario. Spend a few minutes every day imagining the worst case scenario that could happen. When you are ready to face the worst, you will feel stronger and less afraid when you actually encounter them. Meditation and silence. Practicing meditation helps you focus on the present, eliminate negative thoughts, and create conditions for the mind to relax. Through this, you will learn to control your emotions and turn them into strength to push you forward. Stories of people who have been through pain and become stronger. Listen to the stories of people who have been through crises, failures, and deep pain. An entrepreneur who lost all his assets overnight but then rebuilt his own empire by turning failure into a learning opportunity. An athlete who, after repeated failures, found the strength to overcome his limits and became a legend in the sports industry. An artist who, after facing personal pain, created works of art to share his emotions and spread inspiration to millions. These stories all have one thing in common: they did not let pain define them. Instead, they used pain as a source of motivation to transform themselves into better, stronger versions of themselves. Why pain is the key to growth. Pain, no matter how unpleasant, contains a valuable lesson. It is a sign that you have lived, you have felt, and you have had the opportunity to change. Remember, pain teaches you perseverance. Every time you overcome a challenge, you become more resilient. Pain helps you realize the value of life. When you experience loss, you realize what is truly important. Pain opens the door to innovation. Facing failure is an opportunity for you to change the way you think, the way you act, and thereby make a difference. Turning pain into strength is not easy, but it is the path that leads you to maturity and sustainable success. When you learn to accept pain, analyze and transform it, you will discover an inner strength that no one can take away. Pain is not your enemy. It is your teacher who teaches you how to master life. Remember that every failure, every pain is a precious brick that builds a strong, resilient person. Let them be the motivation for you to move forward, overcome all limits, and achieve true success. Chapter 3. Overcoming Limits. Critical thinking to remove social barriers. awaken your mindset, and break social stereotypes. Have you ever felt trapped in a spiral of social expectations, always having to live up to the standards set by others? Most of us grow up in a stressful environment, studying and working just to be recognized by others. Comparing ourselves to successful role models on social media, constantly setting unattainable standards for ourselves. But that only makes you tired and loses an objective view of your own worth. To become truly strong, you must learn to awaken critical thinking, the ability to question everything, challenge prejudices, and find the truth hidden behind things that are considered obvious. Critical thinking, a sharp weapon to deal with fakeness. Critical thinking is the ability to analyze information objectively, without being influenced by emotions or social prejudices. It helps you realize that not every compliment or criticism accurately reflects your worth. The successful images you see on social media are just the tip of the iceberg. There is much more hidden underneath. Your true worth does not depend on recognition from others, but on how you perceive and develop yourself. Steps to develop critical thinking. To practice critical thinking, practice the following steps. Step 1. Ask the question, why every time you encounter a piece of information or a prejudice? Don't believe it immediately, but ask yourself, why is this considered true? Who said this and for what purpose? Is there another perspective to look at this issue? Step 2. Analyze and compare information. Look for different sources of information. Compare and contrast to see what is the objective truth. Learn to read between the lines and find the contradictions and weaknesses of the arguments that society imposes on you. Never accept everything just because it is widely believed. Step 3. Build your own argument. Based on your analysis, build a solid argument about your own value and ability. Be confident in your thinking. Don't be afraid of criticism if you have a different point of view. Always remember, it is critical thinking that will help you escape the cycle of expectations and social pressure. Why is the social expectation loop your biggest enemy? Most people live in an expectation loop, always looking for approval from others, and forgetting that their true worth does not depend on it. They compare themselves to unrealistic role models. They live up to the standards set by society without asking themselves, what do I really want? When they fail to meet those expectations, they easily become broken, disappointed, and lose motivation. How to break the loop and live by your own values. To escape the expectation loop, you need to clearly define your core values. Stop basing your values on what others say. Accept that, in order to grow, you must dare to go against the majority. Remember, critical thinking is not only a tool for you to evaluate the world, but also a compass that helps you orient your life according to your own values. Practice exercises to practice critical thinking. Keep a thinking journal. Every day, take time to write down some questions you ask yourself, things you disagree with, common prejudices and social views. Through that, you will gradually realize your true value. Discuss with people with different views. Participate in conversations and discussions with people with diverse perspectives. Learn to listen, ask questions, and draw lessons from other perspectives. Read and research. Read works of philosophy, psychology, and books on critical thinking. This not only helps expand your knowledge, but also stimulates you to ask deeper questions about life. When you learn how to develop critical thinking, you will break free from the constraints of society, no longer be affected by prejudices and meaningless expectations. Confidently build your own value system based on objective understanding and perception. Live a life of freedom, where you are the master of your decisions and never have to regret living someone else's way. Critical thinking is the key to freedom. When you know how to ask questions, when you know how to analyze and orient yourself, you will never become a victim of society. Chapter 4: Inner Strength, the Art of Mastering Adversity. Realizing that adversity is an indispensable part of life. No one can avoid adversity. No matter how successful you are, life always throws you unforeseen challenges, from loss, failure to unexpected events. But in those moments, if you know how to master your inner self, you will find the strength to overcome it all. Life isn't about waiting for the storm to pass. It's about learning to dance in the rain. The secret to mastering adversity, acceptance and transformation. To overcome adversity, you need to learn to accept that there are things you cannot change. Instead, you can control how you react to them. Learn to accept reality. Don't waste your energy denying or resisting what cannot be changed. Change your perspective. Every difficulty is an opportunity to learn, grow, and become more resilient. The Mastering Adversity Formula. To turn adversity into a springboard to success, follow these 3 steps. Accept and face it. Stop and look at adversity objectively. Ask yourself, what can I do about this situation? Don't blame the circumstances. Instead, find the lesson behind the failure. Analyze and learn. Ask the tough questions. Where did I go wrong? What can I do to improve the situation? What will this failure teach me about myself? Act with new confidence. After learning from adversity, set new goals and act relentlessly. Turn each failure into a valuable lesson. Use the experience to guide the future. Do not be afraid of new risks. Practical exercises to build inner strength. Practice adversity meditation. Take 10 minutes every day to sit quietly, imagining the terrible challenges that may arise. When you are ready to face them, you will find yourself becoming stronger in the face of real difficulties. Keep an adversity journal. Whenever you encounter difficulties, write down your feelings, what you have learned, and how you plan to improve. Over time, you will realize that each challenge is a building block for your inner strength. Share stories of failure and success. Find successful people, listen to them, share about their failures, and how they overcame them. This is not only inspiring, but also helps you understand that adversity is part of the journey to success. Why do 99% of people fail? Because they don't know how to master adversity. They are afraid of failure. Because of fear of losing security, they avoid challenges and do not dare to take risks. They accept the situation. Instead of fighting for change, they choose to accept their fate, thereby missing out on opportunities to grow. They do not learn. Their failures become burdens instead of valuable lessons for training and improving themselves. Turn adversity into opportunity. The secret of truly strong people. Strong people never complain or blame fate. They turn every adversity into a source of motivation to move forward. They see failure as part of the learning process. They are not afraid to face the naked truth of life. They use every difficulty as an opportunity to rebuild themselves, stronger than before. Inner strength is not something you get overnight, but the result of continuous training through each difficulty. When you learn to master adversity, you not only overcome life's challenges, but also turn them into stepping stones to success. Success does not come from avoiding difficulties, but from the ability to rise every time you fall. Remember, every failure is an opportunity for you to learn. Every difficulty is a brick that builds a strong person. True strength lies in never giving up, no matter what the circumstances. Chapter 5: The Journey to Unparalleled Success. Awaken your true self and master your destiny. Discover your true self Have you ever wondered, when all the fame, fortune, and relationships disappear, who are you really? Your true self, the purest version of you, unhidden by social layers, is what you need to discover to master your life. When you let go of false stereotypes and return to your essence, you will realize that true strength lies in understanding and accepting who you are. Breaking the bindings of the false ego, society always imposes on you stereotypes. From studying, career, to the way of living and loving, those stereotypes make you lose yourself, living according to standards that are not yours, but those of others. To become truly strong, you must let go of the invisible prejudices that society weaves. Accept the fact that your value does not depend on the recognition of others. Be free to live according to your own core values, even if that means going against the flow of society. Formula for awakening your true self. To awaken your true self, follow these 3 steps. Ask yourself about your personal values. Sit down and ask yourself, what is really important to me? What makes me feel complete and happy? If everything outside disappears, what is still mine? Practice silence and inner observation. Spend time every day meditating, listening to your intuition, and observing your thoughts and feelings. Record your true thoughts, unaffected by social prejudices. Let the fake thoughts disappear, keeping only what is truly meaningful. Rebuild yourself in your own way. After discovering your true self, set a goal to live in accordance with your true values. Act on your inner convictions and passions, rather than chasing external validation. Step by step, build a life of freedom, where you are the master of your own destiny. True power does not come from external validation. Once you realize that your worth does not come from external praise or validation, you will no longer be controlled by meaningless criticism, no longer need to prove yourself through superficial achievements. Live freely, with confidence and inner peace. Truly strong people do not need to seek approval from anyone. They know that their truth and worth are affirmed through their actions and results, not their words. The journey to master your destiny. The secret of those who never give up. Success does not come from luck or the favor of fate, but is the result of a relentless effort to master yourself and overcome all limits. Strong people know that failure is just a lesson, and they never let those failures define them. They dare to face their fears, face their pain, and turn them into motivation to move forward. They do not wait for opportunities, but create opportunities from their own difficulties and adversities. The final call to become truly strong. If you want to change your life, start with yourself. Don't be afraid of failure. Don't be afraid of pain, because they are the steps that lead you to maturity and unparalleled success. Ask yourself, do I dare to step out of my comfort zone, face my own fears, and from there create my own strength? When you start taking action, you will realize that strength is not something given, but something you build yourself through each experience, each failure, and each small victory. Every step, no matter how faltering, is a step towards true freedom. When you reach your true self, you will no longer be afraid, no longer worry about the judgment of others, and you will become free in thinking, free in action, and free in creating your future. True strength does not come from what you have, but from who you become when you dare to face yourself. Becoming truly strong, the secret of thinking for success. The journey of becoming truly strong is not an easy path. It requires you to dare to face the most painful things in yourself, break down the barriers set by society, and constantly practice critical thinking. Your inner strength. through 5 chapters you have discovered with us. Chapter 1: Mind Awakening and Self-Mastery, the Foundation of True Power. Chapter 2: How to Turn Pain into Motivation, Practice Strength Through Failure and Suffering. Chapter 3: Critical Thinking Helps You Escape the Cycle of Expectations and Live According to Your True Values. Chapter 4: The Art of Mastering Adversity, Turning Every Obstacle into an Opportunity for Growth. Chapter 5: The Journey to Awaken Your True Self, thereby mastering your destiny and building a free and sustainable life. If you feel that this content has touched your mind and heart, please spread this message to everyone. Save this video and watch it over and over again. Each time you listen, each time you reflect, you will realize that you are getting closer to a strong and free version of yourself. Share this video with your loved ones, because they also deserve to experience the journey of transforming their lives. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any valuable lessons on the journey to becoming truly strong. Remember, success is not something that is given to those who wait, but is the result of those who dare to act, dare to face the truth, and constantly train themselves. Becoming a truly strong person is not a distant goal. It starts from your own thinking, from the way you face pain, and from the courage to live according to your true self. I am sure that if you apply these thinking secrets, within just a few months, you will feel a huge change in your life. Start today. Turn every challenge into an opportunity. Turn every failure into a lesson, and day by day, you will become someone that the world must admire. Thank you for taking the time to follow the entire journey of becoming a truly strong person. The secret of thinking for success. Remember, true power is always within you, as long as you dare to explore and master it. Wish you always be strong, free, and successful. Save the video, share it, and subscribe to the channel today so you don't miss any lessons on your journey to becoming truly powerful.